go play bowling or um, skating. Um, I like snowboarding.
Okay, nice. Um, yeah, snowboarding is a lot of fun. Uh, Going bowling is great too. We'd say I go bowling, not go to bowling, but go
I
bowling.
go bowling. Okay.
And Jawed, welcome to class. Jawed, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, and you, teacher?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. It's nice to see you again. It's been a little while. Um, and so, Jawed, what have you been up to?
What? I don't understand, sorry.
So, what have you been up to? It's like, what have you been doing recently?
Today.
Today, the past couple weeks, because I haven't seen you for a while. So it's common when you haven't
Yeah,
seen somebody to
yeah,
say, what have you
sorry,
been
sorry.
doing?
Yeah, I understand, I understand. No, because I had a lot of work, so I didn't have a time for improving my English, so
Okay,
that's why you didn't see me.
good. We'd say didn't have the time to improve my English. Um,
Yes,
but
now
good.
I have a lot of time.
Perfect.
It's holiday for me.
Nice. So you're on
Yeah.
vacation. Good. And
Yes, I'm on
Giuseppe,
vacation.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess one common thing with American English as opposed to British English is that when we're not working, we're on vacation. People in England often say, I'm on holiday. We would never really say that in the US. So it just depends
Ah,
on where you are.
okay. Yeah.
Um, Giuseppe, welcome to class. Giuseppe, how's it going?
Welcome. Fine, fine, fine. It's
Nice.
good.
Welcome back. And
Thank
Julieta, welcome back as well. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing well.
Nice. Wanderson, it's nice to see you again. Wanderson, how are you doing?
Hi, Josh, I'm fine. Thank you.
Nice. Good to hear. And I haven't seen you for a little while either, Wanderson. Wanderson, how have you been?
What?
So, I haven't seen you for a little while. How have you been?
Oh, sorry. I don't understand.
That's okay. So, it's the same question that I asked to Jawad. It's kind of like, what have you been doing recently? Because I haven't seen you for some time. So it's just, what have you been doing in the past weeks or days? Does that make sense, Wanderson?
Oh, yes. I'm 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 finished my semester. I'm finished my semester, and I'm on vacation
Okay,
now.
that's good. So right now I'm on vacation would be good. Recently I've been studying at school, we could say. So recently I have been studying. Mm, Hopefully that makes sense, Wanderson. It's a little bit tricky. Saivon, welcome to class as well. Saivon, how are you doing?
Good to see you, teacher. Good to see you. I'm sorry, I
Good to
just
see you too.
cut off I just leave the previous class because I say maybe I have a time. I don't have a time to spend the class because I have some. I'm taking class online class in the university marketing class, so that's why I don't have. I have hard time.
Okay. Okay,
So
that's fine.
that's why I leave the class. Then I say, okay, maybe I will join this class.
Okay, good. And that's why I left the class. We'd use the past tense there.
Okay, I left. Yeah, I left the class. That's why I left
And
the class.
yeah,
Okay.
Diego, welcome. Diego, how are you?
Hi Joshua, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Um, and so, yeah, Diego, what have you done today?
Well, recently I come back to hour of the lunch.
Okay. So recently I came back from lunch.
Yeah,
Good. And Jessica, welcome to class. Jessica, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nice. Good to hear. Jessica, I don't think I've had you in class before. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Nice. Awesome. Well, really good to meet you. And yeah,
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank you.
Let's get
It's my first time here actually. Yeah.
okay. Perfect. Nice. Well, hopefully you enjoy class. Let's get started on today's topic. Let's start out with Wanderson. Wanderson, can you read the title and the next few lines?
Okay. Going to the doctors. Today we will talk about reasons why you go to the doctor. Uh, illnesses and their symptoms. Medical verbs and verb conjugations.
Nice. Really good pronunciation of conjugations. Can you repeat illnesses?
Illnesses.
Close.
Illnesses.
Illnesses. Illnesses.
Illnesses.
Not.
Illnesses.
You're saying willnesses. We want to say illnesses.
Illnesses.
Good. Illnesses.
Illnesses.
Perfect. And medical.
Medical.
Good. Illnesses and medical. Aldona, welcome to class. Aldona, how are you?
Hello, Joshua. I'm fine, thank you. Hello, class.
Hello.
Nice. Good response. All right, and let's go here. Wanderson, can you ask Saibon the first question?
Warm up. The first one.
Yeah.
Okay. Warm up. What are some tools doctors use?
Okay.
And Saibon, can you answer?
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't memorize the name of the tools, but let's say yeah, I don't know the name of the tools, but let's say I don't know when the doctor measure the patient's the patient's I don't know. I totally don't know.
That's okay. Who can think of some tools? Can anybody think of some tools? This is a tricky one.
Can I say?
Mm-hmm.
Stethoscope.
Yeah, stethoscope. What's the stethoscope do? What do you do with a stethoscope?
The doctor to hear your hearts. How you breathing.
Yeah, good. So the doctor listens to your heart and your breathing?
Breathing, yeah.
Good, exactly. Can anybody else think of any other tools?
Bisturi.
What was that?
Bisturi.
The bisturi?
Yes, it's the knife that they use on the surgery.
Scalpel?
Scalpel.
Bisturi is in, I think it's in French. Bisturi.
Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that word. I don't think. Can you write it down in the chat box?
Okay. It's the chat box. Okay, just a second.
Okay.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Maybe it's stick when I come to the doctors. Sometimes doctors take the stick and watch me my thought.
Okay.
So
So
thought,
a
yeah,
stick that you use to look down somebody's throat, we'd call that.
yeah.
Oh man, a tongue depressor would be the wooden
Mhm.
stick used to look down your throat. Yeah, that's good. So we don't say bisturi, Julieta. We would say scalpel would be the knife used in surgery.
Scalpel. Okay.
At least as far as I'm concerned, we don't use bisturi. It's not a word I've ever seen before. Okay. Sion, can you ask Kate the next question?
Okay. Kate, how often do you go to the doctor?
Actually, I try to go to the doctor once a month, but not always I can do it because I have little kids and not always I can left them.
Because I have a little kid, and why?
I can't left them alone.
Okay. You have
I
little
should
kids?
yes, I should wait my husband when he comes with work.
Okay. I have to wait for my husband to come home from work.
Yeah, I
Can you
have
repeat
to
that
wait.
sentence?
Okay. Um, I have little kids and I can't leave them alone. I have to wait for my husband to come home from work.
Nice. Good. And Kate, can you ask Jawad the next question?
Mm-hmm. Do you have a doctor? What is his or her name? When was the last time you went to doctor's office?
Yes, I have a doctor. His name is Frédéric Nicolas, and the last time when I saw my doctor was in August.
Nice. Really good complete sentences. Nice job, Jawad. Okay. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. Yeah. Syringe. A syringe, Aldona, is like the thing that gives you the injection. Injection is the act.
Okay.
Or the thing. Yeah, that happens. Is an injection. So you get an injection from a syringe or from a needle. Okay. And let's look at these next words. Giuseppe, can you read the title and the words?
Vocabulary, allergy, pill, fracture, headache, bleeding, cough, cold, nausea, stomachache.
Good. That was really nice. Maybe just nausea. Can you repeat nausea?
Nausea, nausea.
Yeah. Nausea. And yeah, other than that, you did a really good job. Does anybody have any questions about any of these words?
Yeah. What does mean fracture?
Okay. Remember, instead of what does mean fracture, we would say what does fracture mean.
Okay. What does fracture mean?
Good. Who can explain? What does fracture mean?
When someone break bones.
Yeah, when somebody breaks a bone. Exactly. A broken bone is a fracture.
And I have another question, teacher.
Hmm.
How about when I listen to the news on the radio, they really talk about Ebola. They say we diagnose another patient. So what does diagnose mean? Diagnose another patient with
Okay.
Ebola virus.
Who can explain
Has
what diagnose means?
That the medicals discovered the other patient with Ebola. And another person.
Yeah, so that doctors have,
Discovered?
discovered Ebola in somebody else. Maybe doctors that another person has the disease. So you diagnose somebody, it's just saying that somebody has something. So diagnosing an illness is just finding the cause for the symptoms that a person shows. So if you had a fever and a runny nose and a cough, I would diagnose you with flu. And maybe my diagnosis would not be a professional diagnosis. It's just what I think you have. So a professional diagnosis is always better than an amateur diagnosis, but it's
and
still a diagnosis. Does that make sense?
yeah, it's not the same meaning with prescription. Yes, the prescription it's coming after diagnose.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you prescribe something.
okay, okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Medicine after you diagnose an illness. Okay. Any other questions here?
Yes, teacher. What pill does it mean?
How would you ask that question?
What does pill mean?
Who can explain? What does pill mean?
It's
Illicit.
it's medicine.
Excuse me?
It's medicine, teacher. And please don't eat a lot. It's not uh, it's not good.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to have too many pills. It's not good. So this is a picture of a bottle of pills.
Tablets,
So
right?
yeah, little tablets that you eat orally, you take orally. So like an oral medicine.
And the taste of pills is not good.
Yeah, generally you want to swallow them and you don't want to chew them. But yeah. Okay, good. Any other questions here? Okay, let's have Julieta. Can you make a sentence with nausea?
I ate so much ice cream that I have nausea.
Okay, good. I have nausea. Or I am nauseous.
I'm nauseous.
Yeah. And I think that's how you spell it. That's a hard word. N-A-U-S, like that. Nauseous. I'm nauseous. Good. And let's have maybe Jessica. Can you make a sentence with bleeding?
Bleeding. Yesterday was too hot, and it made my nose bleeding. I don't know if it's right.
We'd say it made my nose bleed.
Bleed. Oh, sorry. Yeah. And
Or,
my nose was bleeding yesterday
yeah.
because it was too hot. I think that's
Yeah,
better.
exactly. Nose was bleeding. Or my nose was bleeding yesterday because it was too hot. Exactly. Both of those would be good. Nice job, Jessica. Okay. And we don't have any questions. Let's move on. Let's skip that. Let's try this, and let's start with Diego. Can you read the title and the directions?
Okay. Sentences advance conjugate the missing verb.
Can you repeat the word conjugate?
Conjugate.
Yeah, conjugate. Good. And can you try the first sentence?
Okay. I need blank a doctor right away. I need to see a doctor right away.
And why? Why do you need to see a doctor right away?
Because the person feels bad.
Okay. Hypothetically, this would be you, because I feel bad.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So I need to see a doctor right away. Why? Because I feel bad. Technically, we'd want to say I feel badly. But you could say I feel bad. That's probably more common anyways. Nice answer. Aldona, what about the next one?
Okay, my throat is sore. Do you have anything that I could take?
Good. How long has your throat been sore?
For about a week.
Nice.
Doctor.
About a week. Have you tried to take anything?
Yes, I tried to drink hot tea, but it didn't work.
But it didn't work. Good. Awesome. Nice job. And let's have Wanderson. What about the next one?
You blank pretty badly. You are going to need a few stitches for that cut. You you cutted and bleeding pretty badly.
So one of these words, and we'd use the present progressive.
You shall pretty badly.
Okay, what's the present progressive? Does anybody know? Who can explain what the present progressive is?
It's continuous sentence.
You are bleeding.
Okay, yeah, so we'd have the verb to be plus a verb with ing. Would be the present progressive.
Mm-hmm.
And
you
so
are
for this,
bleeding. You are
yeah.
bleeding.
You're bleeding.
You're bleeding pretty badly.
Bleeding pretty badly.
You're going to need a few stitches for that cut. All right. Wanderson, what are stitches? What are stitches?
It's plaster.
No.
Not quite. That's a cast. So stitches are a little bit different. Anybody know?
Yes, there are pieces of thread that you have after being cut. Thread?
Yeah. So pieces of thread that close a wound after you cut yourself. So this
Oh,
would
yes.
be an arm with stitches. And that was like the least graphic picture that I could find. Yeah. So Wanderson, how did you get cut? How did you get cut, Wanderson?
With a knife.
Okay, I got cut with a knife. What were you doing with
Yes.
the knife? What were you doing with it?
I'm cooking. I'm cutting a onion.
Okay. I was cutting an onion.
An onion. Cooking. I was cutting an onion. Okay.
Nice. Saivan, what about the next one?
Okay, teacher. Okay, my ankle, blank, to the size of a balloon. It's either sprained or broken. So I think my ankle is not fit. Is not fit to swell to the size of balloon. To the
So,
size of balloon. Swell.
well is
No.
right. We need to use the present progressive or the present perfect with this verb.
Okay, I think present progresses. So not present. Yeah, present progresses. My ankle is swelling to the size of the balloon. It's either sprained or broken.
Yeah. So has swollen.
Has swollen. So perfect. I'm sorry. Have to
Or
use it. Yes.
yeah, so that would be the perfect, or you could say is swelling.
Swelling.
Would work
So
as well.
either swelling or has swollen. It's perfect, teacher. It's okay.
So is swelling is the present progressive, and has swollen is the present perfect. Both are correct.
Yeah. Okay. Both are correct. Okay.
And I'm not sure if that'll work. That's a swollen ankle. Quickly, briefly, just a big ol' ankle. And I think we're with Kate. Can you try the next one?
Just up, please, the list.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. For the past 3 days, I think I have the flu. I have been cough.
Really,
For
really
the
close.
Cough.
I have been. So
Coughing.
it's the yes.
Coughing. Yeah, coughing for the past 3 days. I think I have the flu.
Good. Very nicely done. And have you taken anything for it, Kate?
I I will go to the doctor actually, but I try get some maybe pillows and
Okay.
I
have you taken anything for it? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
so before now, is there anything that you have done in the past to try to get better? So have you taken anything for it? So what have you done up until now to try to get better, if anything?
Um, usually, the first I look at this my temperature. If my temperature is good, um, I drink a hot meal with honey and stay at home. Mm,
Okay.
then I look for 3 days and then I call the doctor.
Okay, which is solid, but remember, this is the past tense, so I
Yeah.
have been coughing. We would say in the past, because it's
Mm-hmm.
imaginary. So you'd say, I did these things, but now, so have you taken anything for it? Yeah, I had a hot meal, and I checked my temperature, and rested. So those would be the past tense, but really good. Nice job. Does anybody have any questions here on this page? Okay. And let's go on. Let's try this, and let's have Jawed. Let's have Kate. Can you ask Jawed the first question?
What is she feeling?
She doesn't feeling very well. I think she has a headache.
Can you repeat headache?
Uh, headache.
Headache, yeah. You said she doesn't feeling very well. How'd you correct that, Jawed?
She doesn't feel. No?
Yeah, she doesn't feel very well. You could also say she isn't feeling very well. Either would work. Does that make sense, Jawed?
Yeah.
Okay. And Jawed, can you ask Giuseppe the next question?
Yes. Giuseppe, what do you do when you feel like this?
Yes, I try to stay in the dark for some times, and if isn't getting better, I take a pill.
Nice. Try to stay in the dark for some time. If it doesn't get better, I take a pill. Nice job, Giuseppe. Good sentence. Giuseppe, can you ask Giulietta the next question?
Yes. Giulietta, if you were a doctor, what would you recommend?
I would recommend to rest for a day and maybe go to bed early and drink hot milk and honey.
Okay, I would recommend that she rest for a day and maybe go to bed early and drink hot milk and honey. Can you repeat that
Maybe.
one more time?
I would recommend that she rest for a day and maybe go to bed early and drink hot milk and honey.
Good. And what were you saying? Maybe what?
Maybe maybe take aspirin.
Yeah, you'd say maybe take an aspirin. So you'd have to just use the article. But really good. Okay, nice. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. Let's try this dialogue. Let's have Julieta, can you read the first roll? Can you read that first line?
Hi, come on in and have a seat. Now, what seems to be the problem?
Good. Jessica, can you read the next one?
I have a rash on my arm.
Good. And Diego, the next one?
How long have you had the rash?
And Wanderson?
It's been about a week.
Good. Saivon?
Are you taking anything for it?
Good. Kate?
I put some cream on it, but it doesn't seem to be helping.
Good. Jawed?
I see. Are you allergic to any medication?
Good. And Giuseppe?
Not that I know of.
Good. And let's have Julieta, the last one.
I'm going to give you a prescription for some ointment. I want you to apply it 3 times a day. You should also avoid scratching your skin, and it's important to use as little soap as possible. Make an appointment next week if it doesn't get better over the next few days.
Awesome. That was great. Really good job. I don't think I noticed really any pronunciation problems from any of you guys, so congratulations. Really nicely done. Does anybody have any questions about anything on this page?
About the word ointment. Ointment.
Yeah, what's ointment? Does anybody know?
I think it's a cream.
Yeah, a cream. An ointment is a type of cream. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Let's have Julieta. Can you ask Jessica the first question?
Jessica, what is the patient's problem?
The patient about the text that we just read now.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. She has a rash on his arm.
She has a rash on his arm?
Yeah.
Okay, what's wrong with this sentence?
I said he has a rash, and it's the rash. Sorry. Yeah, he and his.
Okay, he has a rash on his arm. Okay.
So a rash is it right? A rash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what's a rash?
Rash is a kind of cut. I don't know. Something.
Not a cut.
Not. I don't know how to explain it.
What are the symptoms? What are the symptoms of having a rash?
I don't know. It's this. I don't know.
Okay, that's okay. Who can explain what's a rash? Or what happens when you have a rash?
Your skin become red and with bubble, and you have to scratch your skin because it's itchy.
Skin because it's itchy. Exactly. So that's a rash. So when your skin usually gets red, sometimes it can bubble. But yeah, it's scratchy, it's itchy. Perfect. And yeah, does that make sense, Jessica?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, good. Jessica, can you ask Diego the next question?
Mm-hmm. How long has the patient had the problem?
Well, I don't remember good, but I think uh, a week ago.
A week ago. Okay. I don't remember well, but I think a week ago. This is a little bit awkward. Diego, can you think of a way that you would reword that?
Um,
Maybe starting with he.
okay. He has a rash.
He's had a rash.
Had a rash. Um, a week for a week for a week.
Yeah. Can you read that sentence one more time?
Okay. Well, I don't remember well, but I think he has had a rash for a week.
Perfect. Nice job. And yeah, I think it was about a week. It's been about a week. Good. And all right, Diego, can you ask Wanderson the next question?
Sure. What has the patient done about the problem?
He went to the doctor, but before he he put cream in the rash.
Put a cream on the rash.
On the rash. Okay.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly what happens. Wanderson, can you ask Saibon the next question?
Simon, what does the doctor recommend to the patient?
Well, I don't remember. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Remember, I'm sorry. Who does remember? Does anybody remember?
Recommend to avoid scratching your skin.
Okay, so he recommended he avoid scratching his skin. Yeah. What else?
He tell him to apply a soap.
Not quite. Saibon, what's he say about soap, and what else does he recommend? Saibon?
Yes, the doctor write a prescription for him about to use ointment, and
Yeah.
a little. I mean, special soup. Use a special soup for his when he wash his body. I mean, not wash.
Told
I
him
mean,
to use as
take.
little soap as possible.
Okay, use okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, as a little soap as possible. Yeah, to use a little soap.
Good. Wanderson, can you repeat recommend? Wanderson?
Recommend.
Good. Recommend.
Recommend.
All right. Very, very nicely done. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. Let's try our own, and let's start with Jawed. Can you read the title and the directions?
Yes. Aliments, flu, sore, rot, indigestion, sprained ankle, cuts.
Okay, good. So can you read this first part too?
Dialogue. Try you want.
Good. And we can write dialogue like that too. So it's two ways. One's British English and one's American English. Can you write repeat ailments? Ailments?
Helmets.
Yeah. Ale. Ailments.
Helmets.
Ailments. Okay, and Jawed, can you read the first line?
Yes. Hi, come on in and have a seat. Now, what seems to be the problem?
Giuseppe, what about the next line?
I have a flu.
I have the flu. Good. And so the flu is actually one of the few things that we'd use the definite article for instead of the indefinite article. So I have a sore throat, a rash, something like that, but the flu is one of the few exceptions. A cold even. A cold. Yeah. So good. Giulietta, what about the next one?
How long have you feel the symptom?
How long have you feel the symptoms?
Excuse me, teacher.
Yeah?
Can we say how long have you had the
Yes.
symptom?
Had the symptoms. So we'd say, how long have you had the symptoms? You could say, how long have you felt the symptoms? Had sounds a little bit better. Giulietta, can you repeat that one more time?
How long have you had the symptoms?
Good. Jessica, how would you answer?
It's been about a week.
Good. And Jessica, can you read the next line?
Are you taking anything for it?
Diego, how'd you answer?
Well, mm, I take some pills. I took some pills.
Or you could say, I have been taking
I have taken some
pills.
Some pills.
Good. And Diego, can you read the next line?
I see. Are you allergic to any medications?
Good. Wanderson, how would you answer?
No, I don't know.
No, no, I don't know. I know of.
Okay, not
Not
no.
that I know. I know of.
Good. Not that I know of. Allergic to anything? No, not that I know of. Good. Taiwan, can you try this next one? Just the first sentence, though.
Okay. I am going to have a flow shot, and I'm going to have a flow shot at the earlier of the season for the next year. to don't have a flow shot yet.
Okay. I'm going to recommend.
Okay, I'm going to recommend.
Earlier next year.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to recommend to get a flow shot earlier next year in order to avoid the flow.
Yeah, I'm going to recommend you get. Maybe even we'd use a demonstrative. I'm going to recommend that you get. Khaled, what would you say next?
So yeah, I want you to I don't know, sorry.
I want you to, I don't know, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, does anybody know a good answer for that? I want you to, what? Can help him out.
I want you to take a syrup.
I want you to take a syrup.
Yes, syrup with I think no.
With I?
No, syrup. The word syrup is with yes. Like
Nah,
that.
it's with a Y, so syrup.
Okay. Syrup. Okay.
Yeah. And okay, yeah, I want you to take a syrup. Julieta. Next one.
You should also avoid the cold and to drink alcohol after the syrup.
And you should drink what?
You shouldn't drink alcohol after the syrup.
Drink alcohol. Yikes. With the syrup. Okay. Jessica, what about the next one?
And it's important to take some rest.
Okay, we would just say to rest.
To rest, okay.
So we wouldn't take rest. You could say it's important to rest as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I think that we could use this.
Yeah.
And it's important to rest as how did you say? As much as possible, yeah.
Good. And can you read the last line as well?
Make an appointment next week if it doesn't get better over the next few days.
Good. Okay. And let's have a full reading of this. Diego, can you play the doctor? And Wanderson, can you play the patient?
Okay, hi, come on in and have a seat. Now, what seems to be the problem?
I have the flu.
How long have you had the symptoms?
It's been about a week.
Are you taking anything for it?
Well, I took some pills. I have been taking some pills.
See. Are you allergic to any medications?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, I'm going to recommend that you get a flu shot early next year in order to avoid the flu. I want you to take a syrup. You should also avoid the cold, and you shouldn't drink alcohol with the syrup. And it's important to rest as much as possible. Make an appointment next week if it doesn't get better over the next few days.
Yeah, syrup.
Syrup.
Unfortunately, we're just out of time. So thanks for coming in, guys. That was a really good class. I do have another class right after this if you are interested in joining. And yeah, thanks again for coming in.
Thanks, Joshua.